like the Lakers, but I didn't like the Lakers because they were so good. And that every time they won the championship, though, that pulled my heart out because of it being the Lakers. But Kobe really didn't have too many ones where I know what yours is. He pulled y'all's heart out, and see, I never got that spot to where he could rip my heart out. So you have the real spot to where he could rip your heart out. Mine, it wasn't ever us against them, so I never had to worry about getting it yanked out by him. But you definitely have a story about getting yanked out.
Yeah. So 2009, Orlando did the unthinkable. Everybody wanted the LeBron and Kobe NBA Finals. Thanks to
Orlando. Yeah, way to ruin it for everybody.
Exactly. So, thanks to Orlando Magic, they ruined that for a lot of fans. Orlando just was the perfect matchup for the Cavs. Unfortunately, it was not the matchup nightmare for the Cavaliers, where they just had 4 out, 1 in, and they could not guard that because Cleveland was big. Any other team Cleveland would have played, they probably would have went ahead and passed them. But Orlando was just a mismatch nightmare for them.
Cleveland was big and slow.
Right. So my thought process was, as long as we beat Boston, we're good. Boston, luckily that year, had KG with an injury, and they still pushed up to 7. That's how bad of a matchup Boston was. But if Boston would have played Cleveland, Cleveland would have wiped the floor with them because of their size.
Yep.
It wouldn't have been a series. So, yeah, I say through hot shooting, and Rashard Lewis and Hedo Turkoglu got hot, and here we are in the surprise NBA Finals. Trust me, before the season, I was like, okay, I think we'll get to the playoffs, but I said maybe Eastern Conference Finals and, building on that. I was surprised as heck. I already know Kobe won a little bit of revenge because they lost to the Boston Celtics the year before. Kobe wanted this. Kobe wanted this. And so I remember that first game, he dropped 40 points on us, and it was a blowout. And I was like, well, guys, it was nice getting here, but I think LA is going to wipe the floor with us, and this is what it is. Now, people don't remember. That series was closer than what people think. I know they see 4-1, but games 2, 3, and 4 were net.
They were close.
They was close. They were close. It was a Courtney Lee missed layup on game 2, and then Jameer Nelson had came back and missed some free throws, and Derek Fisher just hit a dagger. And I already knew, I was like, so game 5 coming up, they already done got their hearts just poured out because that Derek Fisher just did it. I mean, if you want to see how a city went from just deflated, that Derek Fisher shot did it. And
he did that a lot. He did that to a lot of people.
He did do it to a lot of people, but my mood completely changed. I'm like, Orlando had a chance, and I still believe to this day, and I know if Jameer Nelson was healthy, Lakers still would have won that series, but I believe it could have went the distance a little bit further. But, because Jameer torched him the 2 games that he played him. Nonetheless, Kobe comes out, and they win game 5 in dominant fashion. And the worst thing possible that I can ever visualize is that he's in Amway Center jumping in the middle of the court on the Orlando Magic logo, celebrating his 4th NBA championship.
He wanted, and he wanted that one because of all the people.
Exactly.
Said he can't win anything without Shaq.
Yeah, and that was his motivation. But you can ask Kevin, you can ask anybody. I do not like the Lakers to see that. Literally, my dad come out and he was ready to brag. I got in my car and left. Got in my car and left. Went to church on the church ground that I used to go to and just prayed. I was like, God, why can't I have anything nice? Why this guy kind of ripped my heart out? I was in tears. Like, I didn't want nobody to see it. People trying to get a hold of me. They trying to call me. I turned my phone off. I mean, people were just trying to get rid of me. And then I came back. I was like, I want to congratulate the Los Angeles Lakers. And, Kobe was well-deserved. He earned it. He kicked our tails. Good luck. And, Laker fans just start talking crap. But now seeing that, I was like, I mean, even though he took my heart out, I know he was more fueled than ever to do that because what Kevin just said before. And then the fifth one, it was the exact revenge on Boston. No, y'all got that first one. Now I'm finna show y'all what's up. And Kobe went in and just assassinated him. And you know what? That's the year I thought. Last year, the year before that, Orlando went to the NBA Finals. I thought for sure, I was like, this team might get there. No, when they added Vince Carter and had all these guys for Orlando, I was like, Orlando's going to the title this year. And even before we went like 8-0 against like these teams, the Hawks and we beat the Hawks 4-0 and we beat the Hornets 4-0. And I was like, okay, yeah, we finna get Boston. Yeah, we can go. And they beat us. And that was crushing too. I was like, I don't know if we've seen the NBA Finals anytime soon because the White's probably on his way out. And that's how I felt. So, but yes, Kobe has ripped my heart out. But nonetheless, it's all respect. I knew that guy would mean all business. And he that front line of Hedo Turkoglu and Rashard Lewis and Dwight Howard, they tore him up, and our guards didn't play well, so made it close, and it was just unfortunate. So that's my heartbreaking moment with the Mr. Kobe Bryant taking my heart out. But
that's probably the moment you remember most out of Kobe's career too.
Yes. That and I mean the whole series between them and the Kings is one that I love to watch. I mean that series was great. When they played Phoenix, when it was basically him, Smudge Parker, and you know the janitor, the water boy, and he kind of led that team to the. It was crazy how driven that guy was with the talent around him, and was able to get the best out of him, or at least the ounce of something out of him that year. And you know, watching Kobe, man, just his drive and it's something else. It's something that as me, I envy, but I respect the hell out of the player. Respect the hell out of him. And seeing all these guys come around, seeing all these media personalities coming out talking about it and getting very emotional, lets you know what type of character Kobe Bryant was.
Oh yeah, most definitely, because these guys wouldn't have come out if it was just about basketball.
Yeah,
these guys wouldn't be pouring just tears rolling down everybody's face if it was just about basketball.
Tyson Chandler, you saw that video?
He meant so much more than just a basketball player to many people. Mm-hmm. And it's bad. I still think my favorite memory of Kobe though was his last game. The last game of him going out there and scoring 61 points is that will forever stick in my head.
How crazy!
And people were like, "What about 81 and stuff?" I was like, "No, this dude went out there at what? He was 38,
38,
39 at the time, mm-hmm. And he went out there and dropped 61 points on a bunch of youngsters, just balled for 61 points." At that age. And I'm like, okay, right there. That's what I'm going to remember him as. You always want to remember that guy going out as the best he can be. You don't want to remember people going out hurt and things like that, or on the tail end of their career and can't do it anymore. Mm-hmm. The man went and dropped 61 in his last game. And that's forever how I'll remember his basketball career. Because this dude, like I said earlier in the show, this dude was the Michael Jordan, or the closest thing to Michael Jordan that you will ever see, mm-hmm. that take place on a basketball court. It was like Mike spit him out, but didn't give him quite all of it, but gave him enough to where he was that guy that everybody will be like, okay, there's Mike, and then there's Mike 1.5. But watching him play, that was the closest thing, because, like I said, I grew up watching Mike. So getting to watch him was the closest thing you would get to Mike. It's just a shame he played for the Lakers.
Yeah, the fadeaway and the moves. And
it was the same. It was like Mike spit him out. And he was like, look, I'm not going to give you everything that I had, mm-hmm. but I'm going to give you enough.
Yeah.
To where people will put you and me in that same category as a type of player. They literally were the same.
Right.
From the haircut to then all of a sudden Kobe's voice changed to sound like Mike.
Right. And
then Kobe shaved his head and then started sounding like Mike. I was like, what the hell is going on, man? This guy is Mike reincarnated.
Yeah.
He was fun to watch. He was fun. He was just fun to watch because of the way he played the game, and it was such. He played it with that velocity, velocity and ferociousness that you wanted to see from a basketball player, and we'll never see it again because guys don't play like that anymore.
No,
it's hey buddy, you want to go play basketball together? It wasn't like that. His second best player on his team, they didn't even get along, and they still won stuff. But it's just stuff like that we will never see again because a guy will not come out with that attitude anymore in basketball.
No.
But it's just, man.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned the 81-point game they playing on NBA TV right now. I remember about that game that, even though that he got 81, he had to score because they was down at some parts of the game.
Oh yeah, they were down. Yeah.
So yeah. I was going to mention, man. See, Tuesday was supposed to be this celebrating LeBron passing him third-time all-time scoring, and Kobe was going to be in attendance, and it was supposed to be a celebration. Now it's going to be.
Now it's going to be a different celebration. It's going to be a celebration of Kobe's life.
Right. So, it's going to be rough to see. I'm sure.
I'm going to tune in, and I'm going to have my tissues next to me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to watch because really I want to see what Shaq says. There's all these guys that were so close to Kobe, and these guys that we always heard for years that didn't get along with him and everything like this. But we knew that there still was some connection between all of them. And I just want to hear these guys speak from their heart about this man like we're doing.
Yep.
I just want it, but these guys know we're just speaking from our heart as people that watched him play basketball.
Yeah.
But I want to hear more stories about the stuff that he's done off the court and the stuff that he's done for people and the stuff that he's done for the NBA. So anytime I get to hear people tell stories, I love listening to them.
So before
you guys are dead, gone, still alive, or whatever, I just like hearing stories.
So
that's what I want to hear.
Remember, did you see the tweet from Sharif with the the MVP trophy and award, and then saw the video? Yeah, and then that was like Shaq apologizing, like, listen, I realized when you did that, I was like, I ruined this, and I want to apologize. And it was like, I just know that, when you did that, and you said give it to my son, it meant a lot to me. And Sharif tweeted, I still got this, by the way. And that's just like cool stuff that you don't hear, man. And it's like, man, Kobe is not this bad guy off the court. It's like Russell. You hear Russell, he's just a guy on the court, but off the court he did so much for Oklahoma City. I'm not trying to compare the two. I'm just saying like how they, present their demeanor on the court, but then off the court.
He's the closest comparison.
Right, it really is. It's like
that we have right now. Yeah.
Right, and it's where he's off the court, he's this generous guy. He want to help out. He's friendly, but on the court, he's a competitor. But that's exactly what Kobe was. He's like, get this to your son, and I want him to, have this, and this is motivation for him to get where he wants to go in life. And that's pretty darn cool, man.
But here's the thing, Cortez. In our society and the way we are, everybody likes the negative more than they like the positive.
Yep.
And the bad part is it's not until somebody is dead and gone that we hear the positive. That's the bad part about everything, is we give a shit about what bad things you do when you're alive. But when you die, that's the only time that we care that you've done so many positive things. If only we cared about all the positive things that Kobe did when he was still alive, then the bad things would be so minute.
Exactly.
That you wouldn't even talk about them.